Well, it's a beautiful morning and I have a new friend. He looks like he looks like he wants to be petted again. What's your name, dude? We'll call him Luke. Looks like a Luke to me. What do you guys think he looks like? Get back down here, let's get another look at him. Look at that face and tell me what you think he looks like. I check the feeding times. Sometimes checking the feeding times is demoralizing because you want to be out there at daylight, watching the world come alive. But the feeding time today is 10:25 to 12:25. So I don't want to get off the water before then. But I know it's going to be hot as bejesus today, like it was yesterday. It was like 87 degrees yesterday. And there was a lot of sweating. Lots of sweating. But we got to get out here and find some fish because I had to eat a big old slice of humble pie yesterday. Don't plan on having another serving of that. So anyway, I'm going to hop in the truck, finish my coffee. Then I'm going to get out and do like 6 jumping jacks. I'm going to play the theme song to Rocky in my head. Then we're going to get out there and beat them up. It's one of those things too, I spent 3 hours probably poring over Navionics charts. I watched some YouTube videos. Basically did a extensive Google search, and I'm just I'm realizing that I'm here at a tough time. This is the transition time. But these lakes in North Alabama are just so gorgeous that it's tough to have a bad day. You know, this lake is rolling hills and big rock bluff walls, and you know, and the people are so freaking nice. It's just unreal coming down here, getting away from the hustle and bustle of life. And where are you from?
Cincinnati.
I'm from Nashville. We go to Cincinnati quite a bit.
I stay down here 9-10 months out of the year.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
But you still go back there?
Yeah, I still go back. I got grandkids and a farm and a house and rental property, and I got
Cool.
Yeah. Of course,
Yeah.
I was born and raised there.
I'm trying to find a farm up there because there's some monster freaking deer up there.
Oh yeah.
Holy
you want to
crap.
see some monster deer? Look in that shed.
Really?
I got some in there to blow your mind. I got sheds in there.
Let's go look. You mind?
And I fell in love with this lake. Of course, now, like I said, I'm from Cincinnati. Up there, go. Down here, I love this laid back attitude.
Yeah, you know what it is? You go from go to this.
Yep.
Whoa. Slow down, brother. Good night.
I sold 32 of them. I kept these. These are memorable. I had 5 deer or bear in here, and I sold 4 of them.
Who'd you sell them to? Like a?
Well, I had a box trailer out here, and I was wanting to sell a box trailer for $3,800. And the guy goes, man, I was in here talking to him, and he goes, what'd you take for that stand-up bear? I said, buddy, I don't want to sell nothing. And he hauled around, and he priced it for $4,800, that stand-up bear, and I'll tell you what, that box trailer, I said, yeah, I'll take it. Then he was going to write me a check, and I said, no, I'm not from here, and I can't cash a check from here. You have to pay me cash. Man, he went out, an hour later, he come back with cash.
Nice.
So, yeah, I sold a lot of stuff. But, I kept my first bear, my boar, I kept. A lot of my deers were memorabilia,
Where'd you kill that hog at?
Louisiana.
Where?
Oh, man, it's been so long. My mother came from ethnic Greece, and I was brought up on, goat and all that too. So that's like them gyro sandwiches. Mom called them gyro and stuff. And around here or up north, they call them gyros. They ain't gyros, they're gyro. Because matter of fact, I was baptized Greek Orthodox. So.
Well, I know how to say it because I was in the Navy for 20 years. So I spent a lot of time in the Mediterranean. Actually, most of my career was Mediterranean deployment. So I spent a lot of time in Suda Bay, which is Crete, but it's near Greece, And then I spent a lot of time in like Rhodes and Corfu, Greece as well, and we picked up a lot of gyros. People, it's not a gyro. A gyro is the thing that you use to stabilize an aircraft.
That's what
A gyro is a sandwich that's of Greek origin, spelled Gyro. That's not a gyro. If it's a sandwich, it's a gyro. So anyway, thanks, man. Well, Terry, it was nice meeting you, brother.
Nice meeting you.
So it's hard to say what my favorite feature about the Bonafide is because there's so many great features, but one of my favorite features for sure is the ability to store rods internally. And so yesterday I found a couple of situations where I think the frogback would be great, but I've picked my primary setups. I don't want to crowd my deck or have too many rods just between my feet. So I'm going to throw my frog rod inside. That way, if I get back there and I end up in a situation where actually, let me show you one of my favorite features on these Lew's. You notice right there when I bent that rod, the hook fell off the hook keeper. Well, they have this pretty cool little line lure management thing right there on the side. So if you stick your hook through that dude, even if it loosens up, it's not coming off. And it's one is a keeper and one is just a hook, like you do a hook keeper. So just one of my favorite features on Lew's reels. I don't think anybody else does it, but it's a great, lure holder. And just one of those things that keeps you from having a mess when you try to pull a rod out of the inside of the kayak or out of your rod rack after it's been bouncing around. But anyway, back to my boat. I really like this feature of being able to just stick a rod inside. And this is a 7'8", and it goes in there no problem. I can put 8, 10, 12, 15 rods in there no problem. And again, it's nice to have things with me in case I need them, but I don't have to crowd up my deck. So I've always got my Yak Attack landing net, and then just it's one of those things that just makes life easier. And a lot of people are always asking me about rod transport, rod storage. For the most part, if I'm traveling on my Yakima trailer, I just keep the rods inside. I don't even worry about anything else. I just throw them inside the kayak. But when I'm having to, lean the kayak up, all the rods slide to the back. And plus, it's just so much easier to throw them on the inside of this Intech Pursue. So if you just travel flat, if you put them in the back of your truck, or if you use a trailer, then just your best rod locker ever is your kayak if you have a Bonafide. So just a feature that I feel like I often overlook because I do that in setup and then don't really show the fact that sometimes I'll just pull over in shallow water, hop out, or the cool thing is this hatch opens both ways, so you can even open it up from the back and pull your rod out that way. So just felt like it was something worth mentioning. All right, I have procrastinated long enough. It's time to hit the water. Just as it's getting hot and warm and sweaty and, oh, wait, I got to put the cameras on. I'm going to be honest with you guys. I'm super stoked about this Tacticam fisheye. I played around with the basic Tacticams, the hunting cameras, and I've had no real problems with my GoPros with the exception of the zoom feature. Everything on a GoPro looks like it's a mile away if it's more than 10 or 15 feet. And so especially for like my back camera, I'm really looking forward to getting this fisheye. I talked to the folks at Tacticam 3 days ago, and I'm supposed to have one within the next 2 or 3 weeks. Because you can zoom it, I think it's going to enable me to bring you so much more cool, like over the shoulder blow up shots. A blow up from a distance looks like this little, and it's like nothing. But if I can zoom in, I can even then start putting the camera up on the power pole more and then angling it down and getting those blow up shots or hook sets or jumps or, all that fish porn that everybody just really loves to watch, and I love to bring y'all. There's a lot of discussion about wearing Pfds, and for me, it's not really optional. I'm a big proponent of wearing Pfds. I've seen we've lost too many anglers to stupid, simple mistakes of just not having a PFD on. We've had a couple of anglers already that 100%, if it wasn't for the PFD, they wouldn't be with us anymore. So, it's more than just a novelty promotion for me. It's something I feel very strongly about. I have a no wear, no share. Let's put that on the screen right here. # no wear, no share policy on my social media. And if you're not wearing your PFD, I'm not sharing your content. In this video, my producer, Ken, wasn't wearing his PFD, and so kind of let him know after that video, like from now on, if you're going to be on camera or if you're going to be in a kayak, dude, wear a PFD. You're a world champion. But I understand it's difficult to film, and he's got the PFD right behind him. But more importantly, just so you guys understand, we always are in a group. So the safety is that there's 2 guys right there with PFDs on, and there's always at least 2, maybe 3 people. So understandably, it's a little bit different scenario, but I still think we've got to set the example and wear your PFD. Find a comfortable PFD that you can organize, that everything is at arm's reach. It's like a wearable tackle box. Like for me, I make it to where I can't not wear it. Got my hooks in it. I've got my bullseye, got my line cutters, got my knife, got my whistle, got my defenders. I've got basically everything I need. My pliers are right there, and it actually simplifies life on the water, right? So got, you know, again, I've got everything I need right in my PFD. So it's a wearable gear organization scenario. Everything on here is breakaway, so like if it got attached, it wouldn't be that big a deal. And then like especially my pliers, I have that set up on the bottom, and if you snatch that, it'll just pull out, not under the pressure of the actual pliers. But and then there's an oversized grip here. There's no way you couldn't find that if you had to. And then again, you've got your knife that's easily accessible right there if you needed to cut away. So yeah, it's everything you need in arm's reach. I used to put my fob for my power pole on here, but I just feel like it works so much better if I just wear the neck lanyard. It's cleaner, it's easier. It doesn't, this thing would always bang around and make noise, and it picked up on the mic. So it works if you're not filming, but it just didn't work for us. So I go back to the neck lanyard and wear my fob on there. I'm gonna grab my phone and we're gonna get out there. Skip it under the docks, baby. To the back, to the back, to the back, to the back, to the back. Get under there where they live. You know what I'm saying? Where they hang out. Back up under there. All right, got 2 spots we're gonna check. And one of the things that I'll do, it's kind of hard right now, on the water, off the water, I will show you exactly what my process was, what I was looking at on Navionics, why I did what I did, and then we'll close the loop on the entire process of me trying to find a fish. Lake Weiss, Center, Alabama. Actually, I'm in Leesburg right now, but near Center, Alabama. Big Oak campground, Little River. Little River used to be phenomenal for striper fishing. Didn't realize that I had fished there till I was there and saw it, and then just kept paddling. I'm sure the striper is still somewhere, but yeah, we're gonna head over there and try the spot that I really wanted to try first thing, but these docks were just too enticing. I got another set of docks down there I want to try. They're closer to the channel edge, and on Navionics they also have a fish attractor icon, so that means there should be brush piles or something there. Let's go check this one spot that's probably less popular, less pressured, and then we'll head up to the docks. The irony of this shot right here, Matt, there's a dead swollen up beaver, but it's got 1,000 butterflies on it, like on the belly of a swollen up, legs out, kind of like Macarena style dead beaver. Well, it's getting warm out here, and it was not a smart move leaving my Yeti jug in the camper. Like I filled it up with ice, got it all ready to go, and then just got in a hurry and forgot to put it in the back of the kayak. So now I can only like imagine what it would be like just to tilt it back and nope, still thirsty. So we're gonna paddle out of here. We're gonna go grab some lunch, We're gonna reconfigure, and we're gonna find a bass. Yep, that's what we're gonna do, Matt. We're gonna go find a bass, and the rest of y'all too. You know, even though I'm not having the greatest day fishing, struggling to find fish, I'm still having a great day, and I'm definitely having a better day than that beaver. Poor beaver. It's like they're buzzard beavers. I mean, buzzard butterflies landing on a floating dead beaver. Thank you, man. Appreciate it. So I drove past the place looking for the hitches because it's spas, buildings, carports, pools, and also B&W trailer hitches. So we're gonna figure out how to get in here and get a. Actually, I can just pull down on in here and block the road, and then we'll see if we can't get ourselves hooked up with a trailer hitch. I might have to change it out, so we'll have to back her on out right yonder. All right, so let's go in and buy a trailer hitch so we can level the old Kayak trailer. If I needed some pool stuff, I can pick that up while we're here.
Hello, how are y'all doing?
Pretty good, man. How about yourself?
Good, good.
I'm here to pick up the hitch. I talked to somebody on the phone about it. They should have it behind the counter with Chad on it.
Yeah, absolutely.
Cool. Thank you, man. Let's go get this bad boy installed.
Yeah. Get the water running.
Thanks.
Thank you.
You have a good one?
Okey doke.
All of y'all. Level.
Right across the bridge and take the immediate first right, and there's a big slough down in there.
Okay.
Nice place to fish.
Thanks, man. I'll go
All
get
right.
it. Thank you.
Yes,
Appreciate
sir.
it.
Absolutely.
Bye-bye. All right, guys. So we're up in Gadsden, Alabama. That was the closest place we could find that had the stow and go hitch that I needed to level my camper off. And so we're gonna fish here. We're staying one more night at Center. Get up in the morning and head to Nickajack for the FLW KBF Open. Start to pre-fish a little bit, film it, get ready to film a TV show, and then you know what, we're here. We're in Gadsden. We're on the river. We're gonna run down here, check it out, and maybe jump in the water here. And if not, we got enough time, we'll head back up and see if we can't get on one on Weiss or the Coosa. But we're gonna find a fish. That's what we're gonna do. We're gonna find one. Maybe at a fish market, but we're gonna find a fish. Is worth messing with back in here?
You have to talk to this guy here. He's the one that lives down here.
I don't know. It's not real deep water.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's not deep at all.
Would I be better off getting in the river?
All this right here is backwater. I don't know if you found the creek out there. The creek comes from that bridge and comes out to the middle and goes that way.
Mm-hmm.
You might could find some fish. I've never, we both fish over here, but
Okay.
I've never actually.
A lot of carp and shit.
Yeah, we've got some big old carp. There's if you went that way, you might fish around that way.
There's kind of a little slough back there.
Little wildlife park back in there. That's what the map says.
Where that bridge is at,
Yeah.
if you go under that bridge, it'll kind of bear back to the right. It don't go very far.
Right.
There's a lot of stuff in the water around that way, like trees laying in the water and stuff.
And all that. So.
Okay.
Cool, man.
Nice
Y'all be
meeting
good.
you.
Thanks,
Good to meet
fellas. Appreciate it. Well, it looks like we're going to the river. So I figured looking at satellite in here, but I had to come back here and check and see if there's some grass. If there'd have been grass, I probably would have took the time, but you know, don't have a lot of time. Sun's getting low. May not even get in the water. Just definitely wanted to explore, look around. One thing too is that, you know, running around like this isn't always, you know, a fail if you don't get on the water that day, because you're always back in certain. Well, I'm always kind of coming back through certain areas, and if I've got a couple hours to kill, and I've already done the research, and I've already done this running around checking spots, and I don't have to do it again. I'll save it in my GPS. I'll mark it in my phone, and then the next time I'm coming through, bam, I can jump on it. Plus, I know this will be good in the spring, early spring. So this is definitely something that I would do. So I'm going to keep this spot in mind. I'm going to mark it in my GPS, and then I'll definitely be here earlier next year. So let's get on the road.
When your favorite YouTube guy comes through town, you got to say hi to him.
Oh, yeah?
Chad, I'm Chad also.
Oh, yeah, what's your last name? Chad also?
Carney. Also is my last name.
Nice.
I was like, hey, when you see your guy, you got to come through.
Well, you're on the channel now, man. We're vlogging
Awesome.
now. I just started the vlog thing about 3 or 4 days ago, and we're gonna give her a go and see if people like it.
That'll be fine.
Yeah, man. So, do you fish here?
I do.
Is this a good spot to launch?
It is. You can go down here and go out behind the bridges and everything. There's some great water around here.
Okay.
I fished here yesterday all day, as a matter of
You
fact.
catch them?
I did.
You're not going right now, are you?
No, I'm not. Going to church.
Going to church.
Going to church.
It's where we should be going.
I fished Gunnersville Saturday. It's my first tournament ever.
Did you?
Yes.
Nice. How'd you do?
I did all right. I made
Okay.
a couple rookie mistakes.
Oh yeah. Well, what were those rookie mistakes?
My first rookie mistake was
Here, let's do it to the
All right,
camera. That way
I
we
didn't
can.
get my hog trough, the front lip. I didn't get it in correctly.
Okay.
All right, like you couldn't see the picture.
Okay.
And it
Oh,
didn't,
so you didn't
I was
frame
a little
it up.
bit further
Okay,
down.
right.
And so
Yeah.
I think my mistake was I probably should have held on to the fish, checked my picture, and then put him back in the water. But
Yeah.
I just threw her back in, and then was like, well, shoot.
Well, if you go to voice control, you hold the fish with your hand and just say take photo.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Then you could just check it. It goes to preview, and then take photo, and then you'll get to where you go nose, tail, centered, identifier, right?
Yeah, I had my identifier was good.
Yeah.
That was what I was most concerned with, because
Right.
I'd seen a lot of people got kicked out because their identifier wasn't real good. And I saw a guy had his football call and had it in
Yeah,
there.
the tourney
so he had his
tag.
hand there.
Yeah,
And I was like,
yep.
well, that's a great idea.
Yep.
I've got one of those laying around the house. And then I think my other mistake was I didn't swap spots enough. You know, a lot of guys running and gunning. I didn't do that. I kind of stayed in one area over by the dog food.
Well, if you do your research right, you don't have to run and
I
gun.
knew that there was a bunch of old road beds, and
Mhm.
so if you get deep
That's-
enough, you could drag it out. So,
Yep.
but it was my first tournament ever. I had a great time. Everybody
Cool.
was super friendly. I got to meet Eric Siddiqui. So
Yeah.
his slow
Dragging
move
a
it
dang
slow.
on Ned rig.
Ned rig, slow. Your
Yeah.
favorite to fish.
Oh
right?
my God, man!
I saw you've been fishing Weiss Lake. Another good.
I
fishery.
just
How'd it
left
go?
I just left Weiss, and it's been slow, man. Like, it's brutal slow. Like, I've gone deep road beds. I found an old sunken pond in the middle of a big creek channel bend that I thought, this is gonna be money. Nothing. I fished back up in Little River,
Yeah.
where I used to murder striper back in there. Didn't see a dang fish. Caught 2 little spot yesterday. Went from there over to Yellow Falls. Fished Yellow Falls, didn't get a bite. Well, actually, that's where I caught the 2.
Okay.
Went and fished Big Oak Campground, which has been always knocked lights out when you go back up Little River. Nothing. Dude,
Weiss Lake's a harder fishery.
it's not just that. It's like right now, you got a high pressure system. You've
Oh, yeah.
got a bad moon phase for
Yep.
right now. It's more of a nighttime fishing.
Yes.
And, we just ain't doing
Early
nighttime
morning,
video.
nighttime.
We got out there early morning, but I think night's the best. Once it gets above 80 degrees, nighttime's the right time for me. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But
No, I like
so you're
that.
heading to church, huh?
I am heading
Well,
to
how'd you?
church.
Did you see me going by or something?
I did.
Okay, where were
We
you
were
at?
at the Waffle House.
Oh,
That's where a
sweet.
Chevy guy has to go,
Right,
right? You know?
right, yeah.
Yeah, greasy spoon. So
Yeah,
I was
yeah.
like, hey, and my wife and kid go, hey, look, that's a great rig. I was like, I poked around on that Saturday.
I
said,
tried to
"That's-
get a sponsorship by Waffle House, and they wouldn't do it. So I decided I just got to get skinny now. So
I'm working on getting skinny myself. I'm down like 60 pounds.
intermittent fasting and keto, man. It's the
I
ticket.
had a gastric sleeve done.
Okay.
So
You can still do intermittent fasting.
I'm on
and
keto. Yeah, I'm on keto.
The intermittent fasting thing, though, I did it too hard. I lost 72 pounds, but what I did is I did it so strict
Yeah.
that it wasn't intermittent anymore.
It was
So
just-
after about 9 months, my body acclimated to it. So what I do now is I do 3 weeks on and a week off,
Yeah,
and then that way it doesn't get acclimated. And
you're
then
a
when
big guy like me.
Yeah, when I get off the week off, I don't go crazy. I just add in, I go from 20 grams of carbs to 30, and I go to eating outside of the normal 8-hour window. I eat in the morning,
Yes.
the early noon, and then I'll stop eating about So I guess I don't technically stop intermittent fasting. I change the window backwards.
Yeah.
So I'll eat early and finish at about 4,
Yeah.
and then I don't eat again until the next day. So it's 16 and 8,
Yeah.
but I switched the window.
I've enjoyed my little diet.
Yeah.
I don't eat as much anymore. It's not as much fun
and
anymore.
it happens, man. It just, and you get to where you don't need to eat as much, you know,
Yep.
just because.
My wife saw your wife's wonderful tattoo.
Yeah, man.
She's like, we need to get us one of those. I was like,
Is she with you right
yeah,
now?
she is.
Get her over here. Tell her. Come
Hey,
over.
Kayak.
Here, well, let's just go to her. Come on.
Y'all just go to her then.
He's over there. You didn't look like you was going to come to us, so we figured we'd come to you. How are y'all? So you said you wanted to do the ring tattoo?
I guess I'm gonna have to. I keep messing.
Come on over here so we can get your audio.
Oh gosh. I don't have any makeup.
You don't need makeup.
I don't have any on either.
I left mine at the house too.
Did I hear you say your wife was fishing in Africa?
She's not fishing in Africa. She's doing a mission
Oh.
trip in Africa.
Oh, okay.
You drove by and I went,
Step up on that step right there so we can
Because
see
you're
it.
so short.
You can hold on to this.
What
So
are
he
we
was ready
doing?
for me. I was
Grab that
tall.
one.
I am very short.
What's your name?
Carrie.
Carrie. I'm Chad. Nice to meet
Nice
you.
to meet you, Chad. I'm
Yeah,
married to Chad.
They work. You
don't
got
lose
good.
it.
Oh,
You got
see?
good taste in names.
Yeah.
That's what brought it up. Is he
Yeah.
said, my wife said, we got to get the tattoos.
What is your wife's name?
Christy, we got to get
Remember
them.
I've seen her
Carrie,
on the
but close
video.
enough.
I got to get them touched up.
Yeah.
We did it quick,
No, do you excuse my
and he said you need to.
Say
He
onions?
said you need to. You need to touch it up. What was it?
onions. I just say Waffle House.
He said, that's where Christy and I's first date was. We got a pedicure in the morning, and I took her to Waffle House that night.
That is a
That's the
dream.
winner right there.
Yeah.
Kid. She's like,
I
hey,
know.
how
One of my
you
best friend's
doing?
husbands, they go to Waffle House every Valentine's Day. I'm
Sweet.
like, that is my dream,
You
man.
get away
right
with
there.
that. I think you'll be okay.
Mine was January 14th, so it's like my Valentine's Day. It's like a month before
Okay.
Hallmark owns it.
Yeah.
Um,
How long have y'all been married?
2 years, April 1st. I got married on April Fool's Day
Okay.
at the national championship with 650 of our closest friends or something like that.
Sure, why not?
Have you ever seen that video?
I have.
That's pretty good.
I have.
I know because our youngest was like, is he the guy that Daddy watches on YouTube?
He is.
She said,
Cool.
I'm going to go meet him.
Come on with it. Tell her to get on over here.
She's a mess.
So anyway, so go back up here and go into them sloughs.
Yeah, there's some sloughs. There's a little place called Pruitt's, and it's got a great little slough behind it. Should be real hot this time of day.
What about the other slough that goes the other way?
There's a couple back here, so you'll go down the river. There's a point down here with a nice house on it. It'll be great. There's a good point there, and then it's got a nice drop off into the river. It was pretty good yesterday morning. And then you can get in front of top of the river back there. It should be. They might be feeding them, so I would just bring them right to the
Top of the river?
Yeah.
Like a restaurant?
Yeah, like
same as the one in
same as
Gunnersville.
the one in
Just
Gunnersville.
not as crazy busy. We tried
It
to go
is
there.
crazy busy.
Oh, is it? Okay,
Yes.
we won't be eating there. We'll just fish in front of it.
No. And it's
Cool, man.
crazy busy. And then you got the barbecue joint across the street, and there's a slough behind it that's usually pretty
All right.
heavy hitting.
So who's these back here? Who's that back there?
That's
Wade and
the
Henley.
Hare and
Wade?
Henley. And
Henley?
Henley.
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 I like it.
Henley.
Whoops, sorry. Cool.
I said, well, I got to stop and say
That's
hi. I didn't get
Wade
to talk
and
to you
Henley.
Saturday. I knew you
Little
were super
Henley
busy.
Faith. That's our
Well,
baby.
I appreciate it, man. Well, that's
Yeah.
nice.
That's
You want to
our
get a picture or
16-year-old.
something?
Yeah, let's get a
Sweet,
picture.
let's do it. I'll get on out there and we'll make it happen.
Here, grab my phone. It's nice to meet you.
Well, it's nice meeting you, man.
I'll
We're
see
gonna
you.
get in the water and try to go.
Yeah,
find
y'all
the
have
place.
fun.
So you're saying go to the right more?
Yeah,
so
go
than-
to the right more
instead
so.
of staying up in that slough right
Because
there.
then you end up behind the mall and all back through there.
I was just over there and I
there's-
thought about launching, but it was real shallow back there, so I decided
it's
to come
not
back around
bad.
here.
It's got a little drop off.
Uh-huh.
And then you got 2 creeks that feed in
Okay.
to that area back there. So
Okay. But definitely go up here around the campground.
yeah,
and
go
right.
up here around the campground, go
Yeah, I'm
right.
coming to church.
I go to church out there.
He's going to church out there.
I listen to Life Church.
Get it on the podcast. I bet
Yeah.
you can get on the podcast.
Very happy.
That's what I do. All right, nice to meet you.
Cool, man. Nice
See you
to meet
next month. Have a
nice
good
to
one.
meet you, young lady.
Nice to meet you.
All right, guys, so we made the move down the Coosa River, and I basically launched at a city park, paddled across the river, and I'm about to tuck back up into a slough. I know a little bit about this spot, not a lot. I'm expecting there to be fish here. Water temperature is 73 degrees. Not ideal. I'd like it to be a little cooler, but I think we're going to find a fish. I think we're going to get the skunk off today. That's my goal. You know, at some point during the day, your goals change. You go from catching a monster fish to catching a fish. And I literally, at this point, would be happy with a fish. Goal number 1, get the skunk off, finish this day out, make adjustments. Basically, what I'm doing right now is, again, Coosa River behind me, going into a little creek arm. I'm just outside the city of Gadsden, and there's like 5 or 6 little parks. I considered launching behind the mall, but it looked too shallow and the water looked really trashed up. So I found a little isolated creek arm off, or a little slough off of the main river on Google Earth. Pushed a pin, drove over, found the launch, ran into a couple of fans at the ramp, which was kind of cool. Cost me a little bit of time, but well worth it. And now I'm out here trying to get a fish. So y'all are gonna ride it out with me, and we'll find out if I'm able to pull it off. But like I said, with this vlogging stuff, I'm gonna bring y'all like real deal, like no doubt, no ifs, ands, or buts about it, no pulling punches. If I don't catch a fish, you're gonna see me not catch a fish. If I murder them, you're gonna see me murder them. If there's somewhere in between, you're gonna get to somewhere in between. So real fishing, real life, part of it. The running and gunning, the researching, the hunting, all of it's part of it. And all of it is freaking fun if you make it. Fish on. Yeah. All right. We're going to finish the day with a fish at least. So we're going to long arm this guy right here just to get a little extra effect, because I only got one fish so far today. Zoom in a little bit. Yeah. Monster. And dink drop. Now, we're going to try to get another one. So, I'm on the board, okay? I'm on the board. I didn't finish the day with a big white stripe down my back. I made an adjustment. I came to some cooler water, some more oxygenated water, and found a fish. Well, now it's time to see if we can't finish the day strong and get an upgrade. So, let's get us a new bait, new confidence, new day. Get back in there and whoop them up. Whoop them up. I'm gonna switch back and forth between this and the chatterbait, just because we only got a limited amount of time, and we have got a gorgeous sunset, but we've also got a lightning storm over here just to my west, and I want to be able to make sure that I keep an eye on that. Luckily, we've got a bridge right there we could take refuge on and under, and we have a big dock back there. Not to mention there's an RV park right there, so if push come to shove, we could beach the kayaks and just hang out at the campground for a bit, you know? So I'm gonna go ahead and juice it up a little bit so that I can make sure I cover up my human scent, add a little bit of attraction to it, and get it back in there. I'm gonna give it a few minutes with this, and then I'm gonna throw the chatterbait probably the last 30 minutes and see if I can't smoke a big one. Here we go. All right, guys, that is going to do it for today. Listen, I got a storm right here over my shoulder brewing that is probably going to not be fun if we don't make it back to the truck before it hits and get loaded. So I am out of here. Weiss Lake, you're beautiful, you're awesome, but you didn't turn up the bounty. That means I got a score to settle, and I'll come back. The Coosa River, Weiss Lake, the striper fishing there, the Magnum spots are usually just like shooting fish in a barrel, and I just didn't find them this time. It's hot. There's a high pressure system. The front had just passed through. This one was on its way, but like not close enough to where the pressure was dropping. Basically, I've got a bunch of guide excuses right now, meaning I didn't find the fish. I went deep, I went shallow, I went in transition areas. We pretty much tried. I threw everything at them but the kitchen sink. Finally came down to the Coosa River. Came down to pick up a new hitch for the trailer to kind of level it off. And while I was here, I fished a stretch of the Coosa that I've never fished before. Found a fish, found some new water, and plan to be back. So do me a favor, smash that thumbs up button if you like the video, if you like the interactions, if you like the vlog style, and I'll see y'all in the next video.